Okay, this is the song. Soldiers in the army, we got to fight. Although, what? This is the song of the day. We are soldiers. Soldiers in the army, y'all. Alexa, off. It's the name of the song, Soldiers in the Army. That was James Cleveland and the Chicago, let me see, the Metro Mass Choir. I think it was in Chicago. In Chicago. Anytime y'all say Chicago, y'all gotta say it like that. I'm just saying. Y'all don't have to be an R fan to know Chicago. Chicago. Sorry about being in y'all face like that. You know, up top, I gotta let them know I don't own the copyright to that music. I'm not the Mass Choir. I ain't James Cleveland. I ain't James Cleveland. I ain't the Mass Choir. But good morning, Grand Rising. Buenos dias. Bonjour, buongiorno. I be all over the place. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Good morning, bonjour, grand rising, buenos dias, aloha, wagwan, buongiorno, get up, and hola, 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 hola. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, I hope y'all week went well. Like this week, when I tell you, I be telling y'all about the wings that the time is catching. When I tell you the winks, they say Red Bull got winks. It ain't got nothing on time. Nothing on time. Trust me. Yeah. Time is flying. So, again, one of the things that I tell y'all all the time, just enjoy it. You understand what I'm saying? Don't use and don't have to be negative. Positive is usually the way to go. And you get a lot more with positivity. Like, again, we've had a lot of, this week, we've had a lot of interruptions and yeah, distractions. But we have to realize sometimes those interruptions and distractions, they're there to keep us on course. So definitely a shout out to the distractors. Shout out to the distractors. Today's the 3rd though. Tomorrow is it. Y'all, if y'all got plans, I hope you be safe. Good morning, the great. Be safe because good morning, and my thing is I've always been a fireworks person, but from afar. And I was telling y'all too. Good morning, Dog Green. When you go places that have like these big firework displays, just be careful because when that stuff come down, the embers, they burn, and your clothes, everything will be twisted back. Telling you, it's happened before. Good morning, good morning. So we gotta get that together. It's real perny. We can watch it perny from out there, but coming close, yeah, be careful. Morning, morning, bestie. Thank you for the love. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Thank you, McCoy. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah. So, like I said, if you're going to be outside this weekend, y'all doing your little, fireworks, just be careful, please. And don't tell my grandmother I told y'all that it was okay, like my cousin did. And don't do that. I didn't tell her it was okay. She decided that's what she wanted to do. Don't get me in trouble. Please don't get me in trouble. Y'all go out there, though. Enjoy yourselves. Good morning, Yoda. Good morning, Yvonne. Go out there, enjoy yourselves. But like I said, be careful and be cautious because some people lighting fireworks and other people just working fire, if you get what I'm saying. So just, like I said, be careful. Some people just, So again, welcome to Friday. welcome, welcome. Like I said, it's Friday, last day of the week, holiday tomorrow. So I hope that you guys are definitely getting it together for the holiday. A lot of people, I haven't heard them having any plans. And then the ones that do have plans, it's like people forced it on them last minute. No, I'm serious. So I have a best friend that it was like, okay, nothing happening. We chilling. We not doing nothing. Next thing you know, bam, she getting ready to have a whole family reunion. Yes, stay away from, yes, stay aware of your surroundings. Yes. Definitely stay aware, because the people you, McCoy, do we not know that the people crazy? Yeah. I was talking to a lady the other day on the phone, and she said the same thing. She said, "Oh yeah, my plans was nothing, and then my kids called, and they was like, oh, we on our way, rock around the clock. Good morning." Yeah. So she said, yeah. Then all of a sudden, my kids called, and everybody was on their way. And I'm like, huh? She said, yeah, they didn't ask if we had plans or nothing. They just told me they was on their way. I said, oh, I'm glad I don't have family like that. I'm just saying, my family is very, I'm not going to do to you what I don't want done to me. Yeah. Yeah, they very that. So ain't nobody going to pull no last minute shenanigans, because they already know. Ooh, that's what we doing? Okay, that's around the clock. My sister always say, let me know when we getting disrespectful. That means we all going to be disrespectful. That's it. Co-host said, puppy love. Puppy love. Yes, I'm on my way. I ain't listening to you, Rock. You done been down here 1,001 times. You done been down here 1,001 times. You know how many people, hello, mate. Do you know how many people have come down here going on cruises and stuff and make it their business to come see me? You know how many people just do that? And you be down here all the time. Good morning, Sundays. Yep, you be down here all the time. Making me feel bad. Almost like my breath stank or something. I do brush them every now and again. Yep. Jokes. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning. What? Ooh, no you didn't. No you did. No, good morning P. Diddy. No you didn't. Me, Patty. Oh, well then again, you know my husband is Mr. Jackson. That's Jacksun. That's what he said. You're not going to blame me. Yeah, don't do that. Jackson can watch, okay? Yes, hey, babe, hey. How you doing? Good morning, Jan. Good morning. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, Rock. Don't do that. Plenty of times that you had a turkey wings and Billy and everything. Don't act like that. Look, that's my hand. You know how the people, you put their hand to your forehead? I wouldn't do that to you, though. You know people put their hand to your forehead? Don't act like that. Yeah, don't do that. Ha! Chill out, yo. He said chill out, yo. Yeah, don't do that. We good, though. Morning, Nana. Morning, y'all. Yeah. So if y'all, like I said, if y'all are going to be out this weekend doing stuff, just please be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Good morning, Joe Gusta. Because people are, you know, like I said, we fireworking and they just working they fire. Good morning, Zippity Doo. So y'all just make sure, again, you're careful. The song of the day, though, Soldiers in the Army. That's what it's going to sound like the weekend. Are y'all happily married or just married? Some people might say both. Some days. Okay, so look, December 13th, I fly to Miami. Meet me, pre-birthday celebration. Look at the people's eyebrow. Look at and they kind of did. Look at the people's eyebrow, Rock. You put me on your calendar. You put me on your calendar. If Katie coming, I'm gonna see what I can do. Katie. Katie coming, I see what I can do. You though, look, I love you though. I love you, Rock. Let me fly you out. Need that date again. Oh, need that again. Ooh, do. So yes. So I'm good. Good morning, Jack. So y'all. Morning, Jermaine. Morning, baby love. How you doing? How's everything? Hope you feeling good. Crazy eater. Yeah. So y'all. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Miss. Good morning. Oh, I know what to do. Because y'all, I had to break out the laptop this morning because my phone is not letting me sign into any my spare phone at that. It's not letting me sign into nothing. My spare phone trying to act like it's important. It is though. No, it is though. Yeah, my spare phone acting crazy. I don't get that. Morning, Mike. How are you, baby? Good morning, T.O. Good morning, God's love. Morning, y'all. Good morning, is. So, again, oh, and happy anniversary, Dawn and Lance. That's one of our rays from Topside. Happy anniversary. They've been together, I think she said 28, 29, something like that, years. Happy anniversary, baby girl. You and Lance, y'all not on here today. I ain't gonna hold you, though. I wouldn't be on my anniversary either. I might be too late for her, or she might pop in later. But happy anniversary, Dawn. Yeah, they said on the bottom side, they said happy anniversary, Dawn. So, y'all, I got 2 stories of accusations today, and this is so funny because, y'all, one of them is like I was saying, jobs are not playing no more. And I think, too, some of these jobs, if you, like, I don't know, I think they targeting some. And if you got a manager or supervisor or something that don't like you, that's just extra. That's just making the bullseye bigger. Yeah. Look at me. So today there's some stories of accusations, but the crazy thing is these things. Good morning, Gladys. These places. Good morning, Roz. Good morning, Arshot. Good morning, Emily. The places that were accusing these people had to wind up paying these people. Business. Morning, baby. Morning. Yeah. They had to wind up paying these people. So that's why I say, good morning, King. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, SW. Good morning, Ash, baby. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, David. Good morning. Y'all, when your job is accusing, that's why I always tell y'all, I was telling y'all the other day, when your job telling y'all that you're doing something that you know you're not doing, roll tape. They roll tape for everything. You gonna roll tape. You gonna get your receipts. Because I got mine. Get your receipts. Because I got mine. Good morning, son. So, the first story is, and again, there are 2 stories of accusations that turned out to be wonderful. And so, too, I always say to myself, when you accuse somebody of something, make sure that it's worth the risk. I'm being honest. Good morning, Donna. Especially when you don't do your homework. A lot of people don't do their homework. They just go straight in. Right? And that's the problem. When you know, if you standing on business, I told y'all that before about these people standing on business. Do your work. Do all your homework, your research, all of that. Check your emails, because if you don't, and you out there, good morning, and you out there accusing people, good morning, official Dior, good morning. I'm going to go with Valencia. Good morning, Denisha. Yeah, I'm telling you. And then you wind up losing. Not just the battle, but yourself. Because if it is a person in your life or a situation that you don't want to let go, you just made the hugest boo-boo ever. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, the hugest boo-boo. Good morning, Gerard. Good morning, G. Ever. Good morning, Roland. So we have to learn that if you are going to accuse somebody, do your research. Good morning, hey. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, do your research. Stop being so fast and quick on the draw, right? It doesn't make sense, especially when you know everybody. I know, and then when you get to the bottom of the situation, it's like, ooh, well, I thought, because you came out with your I knows. That's what you came out with first. Good morning, Ernest. Good morning, Crazy Carolyn. Yeah, that's how you came out. Good morning, Sunshine. So, $1.95 cookie. $1.95. $1.95 cookie. Cost this man an 11-year job. He was a diabetic. He went to use one machine and it don't work. And anybody that got them little kiosk things at their job knows that they are sucky. Right? You could go to one, it ain't spitting out receipts. It might tell you it's paid and then hurry up and blip off the screen. But a good thing nowadays that the people that pay with their phones, or you get that little thing on your phone that tells you paid. Because these people are definitely trying to take you out for the smallest thing. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Petty. Yeah. So he actually was going into like a, he felt the sugar going low or high or whatever it was, and he needed to, low most likely, and he needed to go get this cookie. Again, one machine wasn't working. He stumbled to the next one, got the cookie. He started eating. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the follow. He started eating. They didn't even do nothing that day. They waited. And then came to him and let him go after 11 years over a cookie. Yeah. They offered him $25,000 and they offered him his job back. You offer me $25,000 and my job back after then you are going to accuse me 11 years at a job. That's why I say to people, the machines are good because they help things. The technology is good because it kind of made things easier. But it's disgusting when it comes to a lot of things because you can't judge me as a computer. You don't, huh? Look at me, huh? If you just got here, this program, this system, y'all just got installed yesterday, and I've been working for this place for 1,000,000 years, y'all ain't never had no issues or problems out of me, and now all of a sudden, come on. How does that work? How does that work? And now I'm losing a job that I've been on for 11 years. That's a long time. Over $1.95 cookie. That when I show y'all the receipt, and then y'all check your receipts and you check the kiosk, but you didn't do that before you let me go. That's the whole thing too. They didn't do their research before they let him go. Good thing that a lot of people are smart nowadays too. Good morning, Angela, and y'all going to get these attorneys, esquires. Get them. Thank you, yay. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, thank you for the heart too. Yes, get them attorneys. Get them. I'll never forget, I told the fool, they told me they wanted to be a lawyer. I told them, I said, okay, let me find out. I said, their name, Esquire. And then they asked me, what's that? Apparently, that's not something that you want to be. Ha! That's not something you want to be if you don't know all the names. What in the no having? Never mind. Yeah. So, yeah, get you an attorney. And I want to be compensated because now I am mentally destroyed. Good morning, Khalil. I'm mentally destroyed by the accusations of an employer that I have dedicated my life to. Look, y'all got to make it sad and good. Make it sad and good. Yeah. Look how long that I've been here. Look how much time I put into this place. And you would think that that's something I would do. Good morning, T-Man. You would think that I would do that. Risk my livelihood. Good morning, Lily. Is that what you guys would think of me? Yeah. Yes. And especially that supervisor, the one that was so happy to walk you out, because you know there's always that one that be like, ooh, let me get him. Yeah, that one. Good morning, Robert. Yeah. So I'm telling you, just like $1.95, right? So they offered him again $25,000. They said this same job, there were 34 workers that were fired over drinks. Morning. Yeah. Fired over drinks. Morning, Robert. Yeah. So when y'all do them kiosk things, that's the only thing too. I used to be mad at a building that I worked at because it never spit out receipts. So again, you get you something, you do your little tapping and all of that, and it don't give you a receipt like you pay. You walk off and everybody looking at you like, Don't look at me like, I don't do that. I'm not going to risk my job for a cup of coffee, a bag of chips, none of that. I'll sit there with the, y'all be hearing gutty sometimes. So I'll sit there with the, I'll embarrass myself before I go get fired. No, honestly. There's been times, you might leave. I left my bank card home one day. I didn't have the app on my phone. What I'm going to do? Sit right there and just wait till my lunch hour and try to go home? At time, I didn't know anybody. I worked on the job. I'm brand new. I don't know nobody here. I'm not going to be asking nobody, can I borrow $1? Excuse me, $3 so I could go get me something out the machine. I'll give it to you when I go home from lunch and get my, never mind. I'm not even doing all of that. I'll wait. Good morning, Winfrey. Good morning, April. Good morning, Kate. Casey. Yeah. You understand? But I'm not getting fired over no damn, and then a bag of air. It'd be like 5 chips in the damn bag. You getting fired over a bag of air? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. To the no. Who does that? He's a real ish. Right. So when it comes to, listen, Keep your receipts. Them things that come back on your phone, you do the flip bloop and it come up on the top. I don't think you could delete those anyway, but I definitely had a whole folder with all of the little things that I purchased because I don't ever want you coming back to me telling me I didn't pay. If one machine say that it made a mistake and I look and I see that your mistake still cost me, yeah, no. Yeah, I see it here. I don't care what you see there. Look here, receipt. Now you call the little company that own this shit and make sure that they stuff is up to date before you come to me about anything. But of course, like I tell you, roll tape means nothing nowadays in the society of the employee. The employer, roll tape is it. Roll tape, look at that. You heard, I refer to the wash all the time. Mr. Washington, what's that? Stealing. Look again. Tell me, what is he doing? Stealing. Yeah, you're not doing that to me. Yeah. It said the kiosk don't take the payments, or they'll spit the payment back out, or they'll do something crazy, like I said, and then try to hold you responsible. So y'all make sure. And my thing is too, I'm doing the job and I'm doing the kiosk company. I bet you they'll get their shit up to date after that. I bet you they'll get it together after that. Good morning, Anchor. Yeah, I bet you they will. So another man. And I laughed when I read this story because I said, ooh, that's J.P. Chase Morgan. They sure know how to pick her. But this man, it was incorrectly coded in the system. And it was an executive that got fired over a platter that was sent to his home. Good morning, Lydia. It was sent to his home for a business meeting that he was having during the Super Bowl. The job already approved it. The job said everything was okay. You could send it to your home since you're doing things at your home. Good morning, Brown Sugar. Good morning. Good morning, Todd Talk. Good morning. And the secretary miscoded the platter and sent it and said it was personal. The executive worked for them for 25 years, I believe. They fired him. Again, the job already approved it. The job told him, Grand Rising. The job already approved him. The job already said, yes, you have that business meeting. You make sure that everything is good. The job told him that. Everybody was on board. Secretary decides, well, I ain't going to say decide. Maybe she was busy. Maybe she was getting ready for the Super Bowl too. I don't know. But she put the wrong thing in. And this person gets fired. Good morning, Sandra. He was terminated, but can I tell y'all something? Once they check their paper again. Good morning, Evangelist. Good morning, baby. Once they check their list. Good morning, Sanderson. Good morning, Apple user. And they saw that, ooh, we did say that was okay. Ooh, good morning, Al Gore. Ooh, we did approve this transaction. Ooh, it was a business meeting. The man didn't want his job back. See, that's why I say, when y'all get, some of these companies get good employees and y'all throw them to the wayside, right? He didn't want his job back. They thought, oh yeah, we'll give you, no, I don't want my job back. You keep the job. They had to give him $4.25 million for the accusation, for back pay, and had to remove that he was fired from his record. Now he works for Wells Fargo. I just made a cool $4.25 million off of you for accusations because you didn't do your homework. You would have to get a whole new security team. Security, yes. I would have to get a whole new security team, especially to figure out what's going on with these finances and how come y'all didn't see him go to the other machine, or how come y'all didn't go through the records to see, ooh, that it was approved. I'm just asking. You didn't go through no emails, none of the correspondence that you had. You just automatically assumed that I was going to be stupid enough to risk my job. That's why on Friday, that was kind of crazy when he said, how you get fired on your day off? And then ask you what you stealing boxes for. If it wasn't you, it sure looked like you. Wait, what? Look, on the wash, you clearly saw Snoop stealing. Look, you saw that. Like, that wasn't no, he went off camera and came back. He had a little mask. None of that. Yeah, Mr. Wash kept rewinding it for Dr. Dre. What is he doing? Yeah, stealing. So, if you can't prove that a person is doing something, I keep telling y'all them accusations are assumptions. Sometimes it makes an ass out of me and not you. Yeah. Is the ass you or me? Yeah, usually it's the latter. Especially when you're assuming. Stop telling people that they doing stuff that they not doing unless this is it. Let me show you. Let me show you. Here it is right here. Pen pad. Pen pad. Here it is right here. Look at the picture. Good morning, sun kids. Look at the picture. The picture. Boom. Let me play this recording for you. Dang. I was looking at something the other day and the wife said the husband is always accusing me. Husband said the wife is always accusing him of doing something. And the wife said, yeah, I'm always accusing you because you're doing something. Nah. Long story short, he was calling his side chick and left a message for his wife by accident. How many times have we done that? No, wait, stop. Hold up, wait. Stop the tape. No. I didn't mean have we done that. Good morning, Marie. I meant how many times have you like accidentally called the wrong person? Like you'll be talking to somebody, you hang up from them and think that you're calling somebody else back and you accidentally press that same person again. How many times have you accidentally text the wrong person? That's happened to a lot of people back in the days. That's why they tell you learn to be careful. And I'm one good for screenshots. I'm one good for screenshots. The only thing I don't like, morning, sun rays, morning. Only thing about screenshots I don't like is when you rename people in your phone real messed up names. Hey, you gotta make sure that you crop that out before you send them. Yeah, that's the only problem. Morning, Nee. That's pretty. Morning. Yeah, just make sure you crop that out because the person gonna want to know what do that mean. Yeah. I have somebody in my phone that I have them listed as never going out with you again. But it's a girl that I don't mind going. We could go to dinner. We could go calm places. But when it comes to like parties or clubs or something like that, Again, I'm going to say to you guys and ladies that it's okay to have a drink or two. It's okay to enjoy yourself. But when you doing too much, when you doing too much, Jermaine said, gotta be real careful if you cheating. Amen to that. Yeah. When you doing too much, the people are not going to want to be around you. And that, I would be the people. Yeah. I don't like no, and to me, a drunk woman is the worst. No, the worst. Good morning, North Star. I mean, and when I say that, I mean that in the fact of them ones that's all over the place and you know, you can't control yourself and you got to lay down, those kinds. Not the ones that enjoy themselves, have a good time. And of course, those ones that's the bothersome ones that's always in somebody's face or wanting to fight, those, they crazy. Not them. I'm talking about if you have friends that drink, just drink responsibly. And again, who has to drink to get sloshed? How you getting home? How do you remember getting home? How do you remember the event? Good morning, Cholesterol. How do y'all remember the event if you sloshed? How is it that somebody else got to give you a video of what you was doing and what you looked like at a event? Good morning, Betty. Like, that's terrible. Oh, I don't remember that. Of course you don't. You was here, but you wasn't here. Y'all can't do that. Like I said, it makes you look bad. And then when you sober up and after your headache and after you realize, ooh, I really made a fool out of myself. Good morning, Linda. Yeah. When you realize you made a fool out of yourself, then what do? Now you gonna stop being around people. You're gonna be embarrassed, and then you wind up having the attitude. Yeah, she said. Jermaine said, "Pissy, loud, stumbling." No, but how is it that you get mad and you wind up having the attitude when it's you? Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, baby. How you been, Linda? Yeah. How you do that? You mad because you messed you up, and I don't want to be around you like that. I'm not going to be around you like that. I don't like it. A lot of my friends that do like to drink, I let them, you watch them, but they professionals. I know somebody told me I'm a professional drunk driver. Okay, do your thing. Like, what I'm going to tell you? That's stupid. Stupid, crazy. So be careful. There are a lot of people out here that are doing very ridiculous things. Don't be ridiculous, please. I beg of thee. Have a designated driver. Have someone that is not. Have somebody that's not into all of that. I was telling y'all to get the zebra striper. I found out what that was. The zebra striper is the person that you'll have a drink and then you have water. And then you have a drink and then you have water. Whatever it is, because you're trying to get it out. I said I was doing that for years. Never knew that's what zebra striping was. And you know your limit. When you first get into some place, yeah, you get your heavy hitter when you first get in, if you're the driver. When you first get in, and then that's it. You only need one. Good morning, Mom's T. You need one. You're the driver. What do you, I mean, first of all, the driver is supposed to be the responsible adult. That means that you're supposed to be watching what everybody else is doing anyway. I'm just being honest with you. That's what it is. Some build up the resistance and you can't tell. Yes, I've noticed that too. Ooh, I noticed that too. Until sometimes they open their mouth. Good morning, Jer. Until sometimes they open their mouth. Then you be like, oh. And it's not even like they slurring. It's the words coming out. The words coming out of my mouth. Yeah, some people, wow. Some people real wild. So like I said, once I told her I'm not doing that with you anymore, she kind of slowed down a little bit. But again, I'll do dinner. I'll do, like, I like to go to the casino every now and again. So little light things, I'm with you totally. Outside during the day, around people, like festivals and with children and stuff, I'll do that with her because she'll be a little, she don't like the kids, how can I say it? Most kids are very honest and they like to point and talk about you. And I think that bothers her. So anytime that somebody can say, what's the matter with her? She don't like that. So kids events. And she'll go get a face painted and everything. Good morning, Elizabeth. Some people are like that. I said I would try it. It's just that I told y'all I went to go get a natural thing and my whole face burnt. The forehead, all of this burnt. The lady said, well, why didn't you say it was burning? I said, child, I thought that's what it I said, I never had this on my face before. I thought that's how it was supposed to feel. She said, no, ma'am. If you feel something that feel kind of weird, you're supposed to say. I said, again, if you never had this done to you before, how do you know that it's weird feeling? I'm just thinking, okay, well, whatever it's doing, it sure is going deep. And it was. Yeah, chemical burn. Crazy. Never did that again, though. So y'all also do your research and your homework about yourself before you go places. I never knew that pumpkin can do that. I eat pumpkin seeds. Definitely a pumpkin seeds, girl. Just don't like all that salt. But I'll do a pumpkin seed. Unshelled. But, I didn't know that. On the truth. Y'all. Look, y'all, how I'm looking up here, because it did come from up here. Stop playing with me. Okay, it did. Look, okay, it did. Y'all know me and my crazy world. Me and my crazy world. And again, the song of the day. And let me tell you, of course, when this song came in my head, the first person I thought about is my sister in her class. Shout out to Hillcrest High School in Jamaica, Queens. Song of the day is the song of the day is Soldiers in the Army. That's the song. Good morning. Morning, lovey. Morning, sis. Yeah. Song of the day is Soldiers in the Army by James Cleveland and the Metro Mass Choir. Yes. She has some wild ones in her class. They had a chorus class, and them people, we are soldiers. And one of the people in her class, like I know from the neighborhood, and I know she was off the two of them, and I know they was off the hook. They was off the hook out of school, so I could imagine what they were in school. That's why my mother didn't want to send me to no Good Morning Sunshine. She didn't want to send me to no public school because I would have probably still been in there. Keep telling y'all I'm the tortoise with whatever hair I got going on. Yeah, I'd have still been in there. Been in there with my granddaughter trying to figure out what we doing here. What's this new math about? Could you help me? I could just... It's a sad state of affairs, but it's very true. No, seriously. I don't think I would survive in today's world in school. No, I'm dead ass. Yo, that pull out resource, you would have just had to just pull me out. Look, just pull me out. I don't need an hour in another class. I don't need like a couple of minutes with somebody sitting next to me. Just take me and just put me someplace else. Because this ain't going to work for me. I'm dead ass. I'm serious. At that point, I'd have been a A student. I'd have been at the top of the class. You'd have been pushing me. Yeah. Until I got to somebody like my grandmother friend class who said, yeah, she not going nowhere next year. You'll be, what did I just say? I said, I don't know. She said, good, because you're going to hear this speech again next year. Damn. Did you just blow me up in front of the whole class? Wow. Yeah, that time of year too, when the kids be finding out if they going forward or staying back. Oh, it's already July, so that school is already out. Yeah, up north, school's already out. Y'all gotta forgive me. Again, tortoise. Look, tortoise. Yeah, and now you got to try to sit and think about, damn, all my friends is going to the next grade. I'm going to be back here. My friends on the block is still the same unless somebody was moving. Yeah. How about that? That's crazy, ain't it? You be thinking. I definitely, good morning, Energy. It was hurtful when I got left back, but the crazy thing is some of the people that was in the class behind me, they were in the class with us at one point and they got left back. So yeah, some of the folks, it was just like, okay, I'm just chilling. Look, I'm just chilling. Morning. Yeah. And then, like I said, outside of school, if they're your friends, they're going to be your friend whether you're in the same class or not. Some people didn't care, though. Some of the people that be like, oh, she not in your class, don't talk to her. You know, them kinds. It was all right, because they wasn't my friends anyway. Good morning, Annie. Yeah. But going back, 2 people were accused of doing things and lost their jobs. Both people decided, you didn't do your research, you didn't do your homework, I don't want your job. I'm going to just go ahead. If you were in that position that your job accused you of something, and again, like the executive knows that goes on your record, right? So again, that permanent record, the people be thinking that's a joke. That's why when they do background checks, that's part of your permanent record. Did people realize that? When you out there doing dumb stuff, that's why these kids with these videos and these cameras online, your name being mixed up and stuff, all somebody got to do is they research and they homework. Check the emails. Listen. Yeah. We did it. We did it, y'all. Thank you. Good morning, understand. Oh. I don't know why I be trying to... Why I try to act like I'm all fancy on my computer and I try to treat my computer like it's all touch screen. And my computer be like, boo, you know, now you playing yourself. Put some quarters in. Put your quarters in. Yeah. But I'm not going to go back to a job that accused me of stealing. Because guess what happens? That means everybody on your job is now looking at you. Good morning, Christine. Everybody on your job is now looking at you crazy. What is that? Did I do that? Did I do that? I must have. I can't see anything now. Y'all, this is crazy. We were born to be. What is this doing here? Why are y'all doing this to me? Look, why are you doing this to me? I don't want that. Look, I don't want it. You see, I'm born. Alright, y'all. I'm going to have to close this. I don't know what that do. So, going back, y'all, when it comes to my job, or your job, even, accusing you of doing something that you ain't do. And then they'll turn around and say to you, you know what? You're fired. And then tell you, you can have your job back. Would you want your job back is the question. Would you want your job back? Would you take the money? They say, listen, we'll give you $50,000. This man got 4.25 million. We'll give you 50,000. We'll give you 70,000 because you know you've been here a long time, and we sorry. We didn't mean to accuse you. Unfortunately, we didn't do what we were supposed to do to research. We didn't mean to blame you. My thing is, look at how many people are going to be looking at you sideways. I would dare want to be in a place that I have coworkers that now look at me different. Oh, I couldn't believe after all of this time. So you will have those coworkers that be like, oh my God, after all of this time, I don't believe that she do that. Then you'll have those coworkers that be like, yep, good morning, Miss James, D. James. I knew she was like that. I was always wondering how her numbers was always. Never mind that you could be the exemplary employee. Never mind you could be that girl or that guy. Never mind that. You'll always find them haters. Yeah, I thought she was doing something. Yeah, I could have figured that he wasn't on top. How you figure? How you thought? And then when they come back and say, Divine Ultimate Ascension, Frankie. And then when they come back and they say, oh no, that was a mistake. That was not true. We didn't do our homework. We didn't do what we were supposed to do to research. And the person comes back on their job. You think them people who done told everybody they knew that you was stealing and they knew you, that you think that they're going to save face? Absolutely not. They're going to stick with it. Yeah, that was probably a glitch or something. Probably got them a lawyer or something. Yeah, did. Because you accused me. And again, I tell you, anybody who is not in your corner behind your back, trust me, they really, in your face, you already know. Those are the phonies. The fakes and the phonies. You don't need them. A lot of friends, we're going to use that word loosely. Good morning, Juicy. Yeah. A lot of friends, definitely in your face. But when you leave, they show you what friendship is. Definitely show you friendship. Anytime you put something on this thing, it starts bugging me out. We're going to try this again. Oh, okay. Look, okay. So, y'all, again, you're working on a job. You've been on this job over 25 years. Your job accuses you of stealing. Then they do their homework and they research and realize, ooh, we made a boo-boo. We're going to give you a little bit of compensation. Again, I don't care how much compensation that you give me once you tarnish my image. Once my reputation is messed up, most people don't care about reputation. A lot of people, I don't care nothing about that. How is it not? I told somebody one day, your reputation preceded you. That means I heard about you long before you came. Okay? If somebody tell you your reputation preceded you, that means I heard about you long time. Okay? And that might not be a good thing. Boo-boo is another thing that we forgot to use as one of them in terms of endearment that'll get you in trouble. Boo-boo. Yeah. Stop doing that. Yeah. People know they're crazy. So, going back. If you accuse me of doing something and you don't have your facts straight, you don't have your homework together, you didn't formulate or figure nothing, figure as they say, nothing, you just automatically assume it is what it is. Afterwards, don't come back. And I don't want a sorry. You should have done your research and your work before. That's with these jobs too. I don't want a sorry, because at that point, what are you saying? I made the bad decision, or you made the bad decision. You already knew what you accused me of. I didn't do. So at this point, you have to apologize, and you have to. I'm not saying like you don't have to kiss nobody behind either, but at this point, it's almost like if you made the mistake and you know that you were wrong of accusing somebody of doing something they didn't do, humble pie, and especially if you went out there and slandered them. A lot of people are good for that. Like I told you, and I was looking at something the other day, and it's like you'll have somebody that just starts speaking to you for no reason, and then you'll hear other people go, yeah, because they said this and they said that, and they like a slander. Good morning, Trinity Tree. And it's like, what did I do? Nothing. Then when you talk to the person, it's like, well, what happened? Oh, well, I thought this, that, and other. Instead of coming to you to talk to you, it's what they thought. Those assumptions, those are wrong. And how can you come back from somebody assassinating your character on a daily basis? Again, somebody calling you a thief is an assassination of your character. It's absolutely not something that you want. Look at how many people are going to be affected by that person saying the things that they're saying about you. If you have other friends and family that are involved, especially those times when it's family based, now you're getting too many chefs in the pot. You did. Look at how many families fighting over property, right? Jewelry, estates and stuff. Because why? Thank you for the heart. Yeah. Why? Why aren't we doing the things that we know are right? You know you ain't like your person this whole time. You know that person ain't like you this whole time. Now they going, now all of a sudden you want everything that they got when you know that they get ready to leave it too, or they already left it to somebody else. Why are you even there? Because they made them do it. And then when you find out nothing was done under duress, you feel stupid. Stupid. And Michael Jackson one. He said, no, why would I? That's stupid. That's just stupid. Yeah. What's wrong? That pointing fingers. Unless you was there and you was the fly on the wall, or you was in the room, the third party, whoever, the second party. If you was directly involved, that's different. That right there is different. But if you wasn't involved from the very beginning, stop trying to throw yourself in something in the middle or the end. Because then them people could also turn on you like mind your business. Ooh. Plenty of times you get mind your business, whether you fighting for or against. Because sometimes people will let you. They'll fight with each other. I got a sibling that'll be like, I can, but you ain't. I know a lot of people that got siblings like that. Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk to my brother any way that you want to, but I bet you won't. Oh, yeah. I can talk to my sister any way that I want to, but I bet you won't. A lot of people got those kind of siblings. For real. Yeah. And parents, too. I can, but you ain't. Nobody in the... You talk to your mama reckless at home, but there's somebody in the street to talk to your mama reckless. There's a lot of those I cans, but you ain'ts. So get that together. And then, two, think about this. After you accuse somebody of something, how do you expect them to come back from that? Because at that point, they're going to be now rethinking everything between y'all. Like, if you really was my friend, and you thought I was capable of doing that, are you really my friend? Good morning, Damali. Good morning. Are you really my friend? Like, that's crazy. How could you say, I love you, but in the same sentence turn around and go, yeah, you capable of being... And you know that that's not even in my character. I don't care what a person is going through. Good morning, Flower. Sometimes people will say when a person is going through things too. How about this? Because I was looking at something one day and it kind of took me aback. A lot of times, you know, when they start accusing people of things, especially stealing on the job, they go to your, thank you for the follow, baby. Thank you. They go to your, They go through your financial history, right? And be like, yeah, they was just broke 2 days ago. Now all of a sudden they got $1,000. Yeah, they had to get that from the job. So that's another reason why they talk about the credit and all of that, making sure when you going for certain jobs that they check your credit score and all of that, because they want to make sure that you ain't going to be in there stealing. But how about my shit might be low because I need the money so I can pay my bills? Like, what? Don't do that. As my dad be like, don't do me. Good morning, Lottie. Good morning. How y'all acting like that? So again, I mean, there's so much that rides on that. But don't accuse me unless you're ready to lose me. I'm serious about that. And that's with anything. If you think that I'm doing something, instead of don't accuse me. You doing da-da-da-da, don't accuse me. Listen, the other day I saw blah, 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 blah. Are you so-and-so and so? Ask me. And again, there's a difference with how you say things nowadays. Words. Your words. A huge difference with how y'all say things nowadays. I told y'all, we talked about this, was it yesterday, right? Terms of endearment, people are now taking offensively. That's why I started with the boo-boo and then I stopped. Because that boo-boo or that boo, that's really a kicker. That's really a slap in the face. We were talking, what was the other word that we talked about? Sugar. Sugar, but boo or boo-boo. Yeah, that's definitely fighting words. What? Even back in the days when somebody would say booger. Now, if they called you the booger boy or the booger girl, that's different. The booger boy and the booger girl, good morning, Junior, is real different from somebody saying booger. Hey, booger. Yeah, that's real different. But you can't say that no more neither, because people are trying to say that that's a bad thing. I mean, well, there was one in the Attack of the Nerds. Wasn't there a booger there? On the Nerds, wasn't there? Yeah. Look, yeah. Good morning, y'all. Yeah. So again, everything is not always offensive. It's just how we choose to take it. And everybody is so into themselves, you always think that somebody into you like that too. If they don't know you, how they that into you? Yeah, I don't know you that well. I call you a name. That's why I say these people on the internet, you cannot let them bother you either. She said, LOL, that made me think of the snotty-nosed twins. Right. That's why I was telling y'all we had a topic a couple of weeks ago that I was asking, whatever happened to the booger boy, the booger girl, the pissy kids, the dirty kids, the valedictorian, the salutatorian, the popular girl, the popular boy, the cute girl? What happened to them? Them ones that you went to school. Where they at now? And where they at now? And you heard that damn 50 said, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What happened to you? So you be wondering sometimes what happened. I told y'all there was this lady, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. There was this lady I used to go to school with. She was in my class, but she was grown. Good morning, Jimmy. No, she was grown. I don't care what nobody say. I be saying this all the time. This ain't gonna fool Frankie. Frankie said they have snotty-nosed children. They generation booger too. Booger too. Booger too. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I used to go to school with this lady, and I'm gonna tell y'all, she was a grown lady. I say she was grown. She was driving to school. Good morning, Edward. She was driving to school. No, for real. She would come to my house on weekends in the car. My mother said, who's that lady? I said, she work in my car. My mother said, yeah, you're not going to be hanging out with her. Ha! That will not be. No, you won't be hanging out with her. On lunch, when the rest of the kids was on the block, you know, with recess, we had the yard. The yard was for the younger kids. But then they never kept the yard up. We paid a lot of money for that shit. They never really kept the schoolyard up like that. Sometimes they had the kids in the back. But for the most part, they had the block closed off. Nobody could come through the block. We played on the block. She ain't play on the block. Her and her homegirl, I'm not going to do the homegirl because I don't want the homegirls people to be looking at me like, for real. Her homegirl would roll up and sit in the car and garden on their recess. They gardening on recess, and then they would go ask the janitor or somebody that they knew from around the corner from the school that we went, could they go to the store and get them sandwiches. So when we was eating school lunches, they was going to get like heroes and sodas and shit. And everybody keep telling me they was little kids. That lady was not no little kid. She was 21 Jump Street. I be telling people, y'all stop, don't not believe that a lot of things that y'all see on TV is just like made up and fictional. I'm serious. Every place you go, there is somebody there that is, one of these kids is doing their own thing. And if you don't believe me, you don't have to. I'm telling you. Every place has somebody that is their 21 Jump Street. Yes. Every place got somebody there in place to make sure y'all doing what you're supposed to do. A super duper senior for real, for real, for real. Like this girl had jewelry. Like the rest of us had, little thing. No, this chick had jewelry. Like her gold wasn't that, like, how we had the yellow gold. Like her gold was worn. Like the big puffy earrings that we was wearing, like she was wearing them like in elementary school. Listen. Rings with diamonds, like she was rings. Not the little man red little. Remember you used to wear the little hearts with your initials and shit? No, this woman had jewelry. My mama knew her kind. My mother said, you will not be hanging with this one. Harpo, who this woman? You will not be hanging with this woman. My mother meant that. The girl would come to my house and be like, son, take this ride with me right quick. My mother said, no, you not. Let her know that you got things to do. You can go to choir rehearsal. Yeah, that's crazy. Good morning, Frankles. Yeah. So when I tell y'all everything, like you always have somebody that's there that is doing their job, and that's security. I did tell y'all a couple of weeks ago about the basketball player that said his coach admitted to him that he was an undercover cop. Like, what y'all don't get? Might not be the students. Yeah. Music industry too. They be in there. Y'all don't, let me tell you something. I can tell you firsthand, and I can tell you from what I heard. I can tell you from what I know. And then sometimes what I think, but I can tell you from what I know firsthand. Look, what I was told. Good morning, Yolanda. Yeah. Every industry, I don't care what it is, every place retail. You get the undercovers that come into the store. You're not supposed to know who they are, but yeah. And of course, every store has regulars. So why would the undercovers not look like regulars? I worked at, I told y'all when I was at the supermarket, there was these two there. There were three there, but there were this one that you would never, when I tell you, you would never know this girl was security. You would never know. When I tell you they made an excellent decision, you would never know that this chick was security. That's what security is for. That's what I tell you. If I get a club or my little lounge, there'll be security in there, but why would I tell you that they're in there? Like, and what kind of good job do you have that you could mingle amongst the people? Don't have to do nothing but mingle. What time is it? All right, y'all. It's 9:06. Definitely appreciate you guys joining me today. And like I say, I always thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to spend time with me. My morning banter does mean a lot to me. And you guys mean a lot to me as well. So that's why I tell you, I thank you on a daily basis, because you could spend time other places, but you spend time with me, and I do appreciate that. The ones that come in and out, the ones that stay, the ones that lead, the ones that share, I appreciate you. Now coming to the top, the same thing with you guys. Y'all like it, you love it, you watching it, you talking about it, share it, bring a friend, tell the people to come through. We like that. Good morning, lady. Good morning. Yeah, we like that. So welcome to my morning banter. Again, my name is Sunny Day. I'm here every day, 7 days a week. every day in the morning. I did the night or the evening once or twice. It's just not. Look, it's just not. I'd like to join other people's lives in the evenings, see what they up to. Yeah. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. I want y'all to have a happy, healthy, safe weekend. When I tell you safe weekend, be safe. As we were saying earlier, just be aware of your surroundings, please. This is one of those weekends that people just try to, you want to have fun, but sometimes they overdo it. Yeah. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. And every place, again, any place that you're going to be, just be safe. I told y'all too, and all of y'all that are having these impromptu celebrations, enjoy. I know a lot of people that it's like, nah, I'm not having nothing. And then the next thing, like I told you, my best friend one of my cousins another. Yeah. And then I was talking to a customer. She said the same thing. She said, yeah, I thought everything was good. And then we just going to be chilling. Or sometimes people decide too, that they just going to be up and float. Some people just float like a floater. Like, I'm going to go to this one house, this one house, this one house. Not to, And then all of a sudden you find out that you the person that the people floating to. Yeah. Yeah. I actually said I was going to go to Atlanta this weekend. And then it changed. It's all right though. Like I said, I'm in one of these lands that I'll be me and the co-host will be hugging because y'all ever met a Chihuahua that just pick and choose when he want to be and then when he yeah, this one here. So I don't like the fireworks and stuff because it be getting him, it gets him. Yeah, that's like, everybody know they babies. Come to DMV, let's kick it. Okay. I was supposed to be coming down there, but we'll talk. We'll definitely talk. I told you I used to live down in that, the M, and then moved. I moved from Maryland to, look. But definitely, and it's beautiful. That area is beautiful. I know. Yeah, we'll talk. I want y'all to remember, like I said, oh, you in the V? Okay, I was in the M. Okay, she said no, I'm in the V. Okay, got the people in the V. We'll talk. Virginia's the shit. I like that Virginia Beach though. I know that the place ain't it, but Newport News, I like that. I used to love the Newport News. That catalog was everything. That Newport News catalog was everything. I still got Newport News shoes. That's crazy. Good morning, son. All right. So, y'all. Yes, Bart. Yeah, he's sleeping. Look, he's sleeping. Stink. Everybody say bye-bye. He's wagging his tail. You say bye-bye? Good morning, Edward. You say bye? You say bye. Hello. I'm Bart, and I am the co-host of this establishment. Bart, they call me Taco. That's what the taco's for, in case anybody didn't know. Taco. Yeah, they call him Taco. Everybody always see the Chihuahuas and they go, to get the Taco Bells and all that extra stuff. Yeah, so some did Taco. So that's what the taco's for. The dog. The dog. Yeah, isn't that crazy? He got fans too. Look, he got fans. Right, Steen? And y'all ever notice when you look at your dogs or y'all look at your animals, they be catching an attitude. Like, and all I gotta do is look at him like, and he be, child. He ain't gonna do nothing. He just have an attitude when you look at him long. Who got an attitude when you look at them too long? Anyway. I'll be back tomorrow with the weekend review. Tomorrow is Saturday, so Saturday's weekend review starts at 8:30 to 9:30. Or 8:15 to 9:15, I'm sorry. I'll be here tomorrow. But I definitely thank you guys for joining me today for the morning banter. Like I said, if y'all have any ideas, I also did get some. I'm telling you, Jermaine, he be acting like he's saying something. Don't stare and pull out. Ooh, no, you didn't. Look. Watch this, y'all. Look. Now he want to make a liar out of me. Your kids do that too. Look. I can't. Yo, when these kids be making liars out y'all, that be crazy. I told y'all I sent my son to my best friend one day and told her, don't give him no cheese. He don't eat cheese. He don't like cheese. He'll wild out over cheese. And get to her good house. And she feeding everybody else cheeseburgers. And that fool turned around and looked at her and goes, where's my cheese? Said, your mama told me don't give you cheese. You don't like cheese, can't put cheese. He's like, nah, you can put the cheese on my. Yo, now he want to lay here all nice like he wasn't just talking to me crazy. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Right, yo, these kids, I know, and know that I ain't gonna do nothing either. Look, and no, she ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't. Remember I told y'all, I can, but you ain't. He already know you ain't. You ain't. I be like, get out of here before I... my kids be sitting there like, you ain't do nothing to us, so we know you ain't gonna do nothing to the dog. Anyway, I want y'all to enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, I'll be here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's the weekend review. Again, today's song, Soldiers in the Army. We are, because we fighting every day. We fighting every day for our sanity, right? We fight every day for our innocence. Yeah. I just saying about our reputation. Yes, have a great day on purpose. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I tell y'all every day, they cover the sun. The sun is covered. But guess what come out? Them rays. Them rays always come through. And that's y'all. And I thank y'all for coming through on a daily basis. That's Corny Love. Corny Love. Y'all can't see the corns, but they back there. Corny Love. I appreciate you guys. Again, enjoy the rest of the day. Happy, healthy, safe Friday. Y'all get up, get out, get into it. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy your Friday. And I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. Be safe, be safe. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. And thank y'all for being you. I tell y'all, thank you. I definitely appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Look at me. Getting ready to touch it again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank y'all for spending some time with me again today. Bye.